everybody! This week for our Super Science book series, we'll be reading Charlotte the Scientist Finds a Cure by Camille Andros. Charlotte was a very serious scientist. She spent her days doing research, performing experiments, and solving problems. Charlotte lived in the forest with her bunny-sized family, which was bigger than ever because Grandpa had moved in. He was wise, he had many awards, and when he spoke, everyone paid attention. Every day, Grandpa visited Charlotte in her lab. He watched her do research, perform experiments, and solving problems. Every day, Grandpa said, "Charlotte, you are going to make a real difference in the world." Charlotte paid attention. One day, Grandpa didn't come to the lab. He was sick. And Grandpa wasn't the only one. A serious malady had infected the animals in the forest. Charlotte wanted to help. Maybe this was her chance to make a difference. She swapped out her magnifying glass for a stethoscope and her protective glasses for a mask and got her gloves and got to work. It was time for serious medical science. Charlotte would find a cure. First, she collected a complete medical history of all the patients. So, what seems to be the problem? She gave a thorough physical exam. Patients' privacy was a top priority. Then she gathered her specimens. Next, and her results were inconclusive. Charlotte was stumped. The infection was spreading fast, so she imposed a quarantine. But the bunnies in one place was a next to impossible. The birds kept flying around, and it was a very problematic problem. Meanwhile, a team of doctors arrived to visit Grandpa. Charlotte was eager to share her research and work with them to find a cure, but instead they ignored her. "Run along, little one. This is grown-up work." Charlotte wondered if they were right. She was little, and the doctors were very smart. Maybe she should leave it to them. But then she remembered what her grandpa had told her. "Charlotte, you are really going to make a difference in the world." She would find a cure. Charlotte dissected the data, studied the samples, and plotted out patterns. Soon, a curious carrot connection emerged. Everyone who was sick had been eating carrots. In fact, these carrots hadn't looked right in quite some time. Charlotte formed a hypothesis. If everyone who is sick had been eating carrots, then the carrots is what is making everyone sick. I wonder, what could it be? But it could only be one thing: the funky forest fungus. After careful consideration, Charlotte came up with a second hypothesis. If eating the infected carrots was making everyone sick, then stopping the contaminated carrots consumption could be the cure. Stop eating the carrots. Charlotte went back to work. The carrots needed a cure, so she created a custom carrot corrector. Carrots, through a few sprays a day, could do the trick. It worked! But Charlotte didn't stop there. She conducted a chemical trial to see if eating cured carrots could mend the malady. It did. Charlotte realized she didn't need to be the oldest or the smartest. She had stopped the sickness, cured the carrots, and saved the forest. Charlotte made a difference. And best of all, the difference was in how she saw herself. I chose to read Charlotte the Scientist Finds a Cure because I think that you need to believe in yourself. Charlotte is an amazing scientist, and we've gone along on many other adventures with Charlotte, but she still somehow gets caught up in all of the conducting of the experiments and gets caught up in trying to find out why the carrots are making everyone sick. But then, as she's going along, the experts come in, and then they don't want her research. They think that she's too little. But then she remembers in her brain what her grandpa said, that she can make a difference in the world. And that's exactly what she did. That's exactly what she did. So I think that you can make a difference. So keep experiencing and never let anyone tell you that science isn't cool.